We are live, as you can tell, from the Minnesota State Fair, the opening day of the fair, and a beautiful day. And the first opportunity that I have to visit with you as the new host of Twin Cities Live. I hope it's going to be a regular habit, and I can't think of a better way to start it than with a group of young men who are from the Twin Cities, who have been all over the radio this summer. Limited Warranty. They are really becoming one of the hottest rock and roll bands in the entire country. Just listen to some of the music that they've had. Listen to this. I'm sure you've heard this song before. Now you get to meet the fellas behind the music. Here they are: Eric Newman, Jerry Brunskill, Paul Hartwig, Greg Soderbeer, and Dale Goulet. Limited Warranty. There they are, Limited Warranty. Boy, you got a great crowd out here today for Twin Cities Live. And this is the kind of day, this is why we live in Minnesota, fellas, to have a day like this. Limited Warranty, Never Enough, This Is Serious, Victory Line. If you listen to the radio at all in the Twin Cities, you've heard the music of these fellows, and we're going to find out how they went from being just a local group to now being heard all over the entire country. You wanted the first question. Stand up. You've got the first question. It better be a good one, too.
When are you going to release Elements? And Jerry, how did you get Go
ahead, spit that right out there. Don't worry about this. I talked to them. They're nice guys. You don't need to be nervous.
Jerry, how did you get the idea to write,
Okay, there we have it. I guess they were referring to a new album that maybe is going to be coming out?
No, Elements actually is, it's an album we released about 3 or 4 years ago with a different lead singer. That record is the presses have been burned, and hopefully it'll never be found again. No, we're proud of that record. It was a stepping stone, and it helped us learn in the studio. I don't think it's ever going to be available, though, commercially. Thank God. And as far as Hit You, that was written about. That was before we had our record contract, and it was kind of about trying to get places and working hard, and things just don't really go the way you want them, and it's a lot of work.
Eric, let's start with you. You're pretty much the leader of these guys. You're kind of the band leader. Tell me about the history of what's behind all this, because you're basically, 4 of you are from Bloomington.
Right.
And then Dale, he's the outsider from Southwest Minneapolis. You got these guys together. You started out, I don't know, you were just playing in garages or whatever. I mean, you started out just a local band. How did you go from being just a bunch of guys playing music to being a serious professional group?
Well, first of all, none of us are really a leader. We're all a democracy. And I think that's the strength of our group, is that we're all really close friends. We started out in high school doing cover songs, and eventually just started writing our own music. And eventually we worked hard and played open for some groups locally, and pretty soon just did our own record around here. This Is Serious caught on, and we signed with Atco Records.
You make it sound so simple, but I mean,
yeah. Well, it's hard to capsulize the whole history.
Well, I guess we should start in the beginning then. How did you get the guys together? And then I guess the first big step was, how in the world did you get on Star Search, and then how did you win it?
Well, Greg and Paul were playing in high school. They called me up and said, "Do you want to be in this band?" Why don't you,
actually,
you could expand
Greg and I
that.
played together in a jazz band in high school, and we called Jerry first.
They didn't tell me they auditioned me. They said, "Yeah, we're going to get together and jam in the high school choir room."
and we're coming to your house.
Oh, you mean they were auditioning you and they didn't tell
They
you?
didn't tell me. I just thought it was going to be fun.
Pretty sneaky.
Yeah. So we sat and we played this Joe Walsh song for about 35 minutes because it's the only one we knew. And then they told me I was in the band. And then Eric came along.
So how'd you get on Star Search? Because that was the big, I mean, you won in, what was it, 1985, you won $100,000. But everybody says, ooh, $100,000, but that money was spent real quick, wasn't it?
Well, actually, we used the money to kind of make our own record company and put out This Is Serious and Never Enough last summer. And it was our big effort to make something happen around here with the support of our fans and friends, and which subsequently got us the record deal with Atlantic, so we used the money for recording.
Limited warranty. Where did the name come from?
Spackling.
I mean, what did you buy something that
Spackling compound.
My friends...
spackling compound?
Are we going to tell the story for real? Okay.
Yeah, we got to tell
Gary
the
Johnson, he was at a party and he got in a struggle with one of his friends and his head went through the wall. And so I said, Gary, you're going to have to fix the wall or the landlord's going to be mad. So he bought this box of spackling compound used to fix walls. And we were looking for a name at that time, and we spotted limited warranty on the back and thought, what the heck?
It's a name that stayed with.
This is true now. You didn't just...
No, this is
true.
true. But we had thought about, changing our name, and we thought, well, we've grown with this name since the first day, and so it's really, I mean, it's a part of us.
We were on our way to South Dakota, and there was a suggestion maybe when we had our record contract that we should change our name, and everybody was trying to think of a new name. We're all like, all these Euro names like Pseudo, Kulo, and stuff. We're like, nah.
I don't know if that would have been as good as limited warranty.
No. But it's a name that we've kind of grown with, and it wouldn't be, real to change it. It's,
Well, yeah,
it's an
you
ugly
make
name,
your
but
name.
it's ours.
Pretty much, yeah.
Well, it's firmly established now. I don't know if I should do this. There's some people up here in the front row that got here at like 5:30 in the morning. They wanted to. Okay, who wants to jump in here? You were telling me you had a question, didn't you?
I forgot it.
You forgot your question. Oh, here we're back here. Go ahead.
What's like the wildest thing that a fan or a groupie or whatever has done to try to get close to you guys?
Wait a minute. Before you answer that, this is live TV. It's my first day on the show. I want to stay around for a while, so let's.
I didn't hear the question.
What's the wildest thing?
Well, the wildest thing a
Fans
fan has
tried-
ever done. I mean, because in the beginning, I'm sure they weren't tearing at your clothes, but now, I mean, you guys are really hot.
It's the messages on the answering. My mother's answering machine, I think.
Yeah. The answer
Messages on
machine
your
is
mother's
kinda funny.
answering machine.
Yeah, if we said that, I think we'd get a lot of beeps. Beep. Well, beep, beep, beep.
Well,
Not say that.
no more beeps, so when we come back, we're going to talk more with Limited Warranty and some of their fans right after this.
America, meet the man who's going to make your day.
Find it on 5 weekdays.
Oh, sure, there's plenty of infidelity in Hartford. But what about real life? Just wait till you read this week's People. Could 50% of all lovers cheat? People celebrates people. And you'll learn the signs, the suffering, the solutions. On a happier note, People covers McEnroe and Tatum's wedding day, Princess Caroline and her latest, why Joan London became David Hartman's only co-host, and much, much more. Week after week, People celebrates people. This week, the heartburn of infidelity.
Remember that special feeling called summer? Remember the taste of summer nectarines, so tangy, sweet, and good for you?
Summer fruits from California, fresh from the tree, taste them and see.
They have that special flavor that only summer can bring. But like summer, they'll soon be just a sweet memory.
Summer fruits, it wouldn't be summer without us.
Accident and insurance laws are complex, and if you've been injured in an accident, you're smart to put yourself in the care of a law firm like Schwabel, Getz, and Sieben. We'll help ensure you receive acceptable compensation for your injuries, medical care, and property damages. Does it cost more to hire a lawyer from Schwabel, Getz, and Sieben? No. In fact, there's no fee until your case is settled. For a complete recovery, call the law firm of Schwabel, Getz, and Sieben.
Heard that.
From Minneapolis, here are Limited Warranty. And the winner is Limited Warranty.
You guys look a little different there.
Yeah, it's the hairdos.
We kind of beamed down for that, I think.
Well, you've gotten a little more casual, I think. I mean, you know.
Paul was a little underfed for that show.
He was?
Those were the goon suits, we called those. Those were our Star Trek suits.
Stand right up here. Don't be bashful.
Okay. How well is your album being received across the world, nation, whatnot?
We're in the Hot 100 in Australia.
It's
Seriously.
Cool.
We're in the Hot 100 in Australia, which is the Hot 100.
What are your, when you first got into this music stuff, and I think, well, Eric, you've been into music since you were 5, I believe.
Right.
Your parents, when you said we want to get a rock and roll band together and all that, I mean, if I went to my father and said I'm going to be in a rock and roll band and be a music star, he'd say, well, you know, come on, get a real job. I mean, were they supportive all the way?
Well, when I first started in high school, I used to sit downstairs with my guitar and my amplifier cranked to about 10, and Dad wasn't too excited about it at first, but eventually as the group started to gain some popularity and he saw that I was serious about it, he supported me all the way.
I was just wondering why you decided to turn down the AHA tour.
Explain what this is for some of us who...
We were going to go out on tour, like 23 dates with another band from Norway called AHA. And it got so far down to the wire that the tickets weren't going to have our name on them, and we would have. It was a big financial undertaking, meaning that we would have lost a lot of money. And the only reason why we would have gone out was to get our name more recognized across the country. But if our name wasn't on the ticket or the bill, it just wouldn't have been worth it. So we were going to go out by ourselves now.
I've got something in my hand here. It's
Yesterday
local department store.
Today. Yesterday. The Today.
Yeah, and this is out all over the Twin Cities area. Local promotion, I guess I should talk. We have your manager here, Thomas Herons. Thomas,
there he is.
Tell it, Tom.
That's who that guy was?
Tell me,
Hear his name.
now what's interesting about this group, I mean, it's very hard to make it in the music industry to begin with. You went about everything in sort of a little bit of an unorthodox manner. You were never a manager of a rock group before. Tell me what you did before and how in the world you got into managing these guys and how you hooked up with them.
I was a state legislator for a couple of years.
That's certainly good training for rock and roll.
I did manage a lot of political campaigns, which was a similar background. And I tried to reopen the Orpheum Theater in downtown St. Paul, and in that process, through an old political friend, actually met Limited Warranty. Was incredibly impressed by these guys and decided to start working with them. And over the course of the last 3 years, we've grown to complement each other quite well.
You have T-shirts, you have everything with Limited Warranty on it. They're on the cover of Dayton's. Is this a strategy you put together to kind of break these guys out? Because it's one thing to be big in the Twin Cities, it's another thing to break out all across the country.
It's unfortunate that this business, to make it, you have to have a financial stability to continue to grow and progress. And we've done what we've had to do to keep the business going, to progress to the next step, and that's kind of what we've done.
How about it, guys? You have financial stability now? I mean, can you...
I don't think you ever do. Do we?
In this business? You're asking, do they?
Yeah.
Who's got
tough.
financial stability?
It's nickel and dime all the time. You got to squeeze every dime out of everything you do to make it count.
How big, the Minnesota Music Awards, I guess this is for both of you, how much difference has that made? Because you won 11.
It was the support of a lot of people sitting right here today that kind of made that happen. It's great to have the fan support that we have around the Twin Cities. It's public open balloting, so that's what people did for us. It did help credibility all across the country. Prince won 8 or 9 awards the year before, and then for us to come out with 11 awards, people around the country go, wow, that's really happening because Minnesota music is happening. So yeah, it had a great credibility for us.
Let me ask you about that, guys. Thanks very much, Summer. Prince, you know, the first really big name come out of the Twin Cities, but it's a different type of music, and it's a different thing altogether. Was it harder for you to start to break out of the Twin Cities because you weren't in sort of the Prince line of music?
Yeah, it takes a while, especially for if our music fits right in a specific format. And Prince had something where he was kind of crossing back and forth over between 2 different charts. So he had, you know, the dance clubs, and there's always a little help that gives you momentum. And so it's a little harder. It really is.
Do you guys like plan on staying living in the Minnesota, or like when your career gets better, do you plan on like moving to somewhere else, or?
Well, like when you become big-time stars, I mean, you're on your way right now. Are you going to move to Beverly Hills and forget all about us poor folks in Minnesota?
Well, I wouldn't mind having a summer beach house, a winter beach house. But no, we're here to stay. I mean, this is our home. We love it here. The people here are...
For those of us who have... I listened to your album last night, and I realized that for the first time there were about 4 or 5 songs on there I'd heard before, but I didn't really associate them with you in the beginning. I was reading through a bunch of material, and it said that it's nice to see a new group with a musical identity all their own. What is your musical identity?
That we're a group, and that we're not 1 or 2 or 3 individuals with side members, that we are a group, and that the sound that's made and that's on the vinyl is the 5 of us. It's not necessarily one strong, dominant figure, and I think that's what makes us unique, is that we are 5 individuals.
That's the tough thing about a group, too, isn't it, Eric? Is trying to keep everybody... There are a lot of good groups that never made it nationally because they never could stay together long enough because of personality conflicts. I mean, this is a constant thing in a musical group. How do you guys get over that?
I think we were friends before we were business partners, as to say. And our friendship means a lot to each other. And that's the biggest and the strongest point between us, is that if, say, Greg locks his keys in his plane and somebody has to drive for a couple hours to go get him other keys, you know, that's not a problem at all.
Is that friendship or what?
Yeah, you gotta like it.
Do you think you'll ever become like as big as Duran Duran?
Excuse me?
Do you think you'll ever become as big as Duran Duran? Or?
Well, they got pretty big, but they're a little broken up now. I'd hate to have that.
Have you met any well-known artists?
Oh, you've opened for some big people.
Well, I think, yeah, we've gone on tour with various people such as Rick Springfield and Tina Turner, and usually you get a...
Tina Turner?
Little Richard. Some of these people. Little Richard, yeah. That guy's crazy. We had a room in the same hotel that we were staying in when we were in Los Angeles filming the Star Search bits, and we just walked up and knocked on the door, and he let us in and sat us down and rapped about...
And showed us his book and said, now look, doesn't that look like Prince? He's showing us his book, you know.
Prince is just doing what I was doing.
I'd like to know how you guys handle your success. You're not going to get big-headed, are you? I mean...
No, the hair grows, the head stays the same.
Hey, these guys are from Bloomington in southwest Minneapolis. They won't get big-headed.
No,
Go ahead.
We keep that in check all the time. We make sure that we're all, you know, down to earth. And
it's got to be tough, though, when you have...
We have this what, the ego check or whatever. None of us... We always keep each other in such a line that nobody can get...
Nobody gets away with it, or else they get
nobody
cut
gets away
down.
with anything.
And then they're the butt of all the jokes for the day.
The knife of the sarcasm.
I was wondering, when are you guys going to start working on your next album?
Well, that depends on what happens with this yet. We're not done with this record yet, and we still have a lot more promotion and touring and so on to do with this record.
Right.
I don't think... We're thinking ahead of this record, the next one, and trying to write the songs for it right now, but as far as planning on when it's going to be done, that's totally beyond say right now.
For those of us here and at home, Eric, let's start with you. What are your ages?
I'm 24.
23.
25.
2-3.
Paul and I are the elder statesmen at 25, yes.
Okay, so you know...
Elder statesmen. Quarter of a century.
This album, what did I do with my album cover? It's over here somewhere. I want to hold this up. the way that this album came about, the music industry is kind of crazy anyway, but where am I? Over here? Over here? Over here. You did this kind of different. You took the money from Star Search, and then you put out a single that had a hit on both sides, which is very unusual, and then you went to England to cut the album. Explain that to me.
We got a good deal on England, so we went there. We wanted a producer, and it just so happened that he was more comfortable working in England, and so it was actually less expensive to record the record there because he wanted to work with the band as well. So
yeah,
it was just
we also figured that it would be a good idea to get out of our home place so we could just concentrate on recording the record. So
you had to get away from family and friends?
Well, yeah, it's more of a concentrated effort. So when you're recording, all you're thinking about is the recording process, and it's very intricate and a lot of little things that you need to be thinking about. And so we figured it'd be best to just concentrate on that.
Dale, I was wondering, what do you look for mostly in a girl?
Somehow I knew that was going to come up today.
That's to ask his girlfriend.
Yeah, I've been with one for about 5 years, so I guess that's what I look for in a girl.
Okay, we're going to come right back, and you're going to be first in line. Right after this, when we come back on Twin Cities Live.
Pardon me, but where did you learn to make so much extra money in your spare time?
H&R Block's tax course, of course.
Where would you go to learn to prepare tax returns?
The tax course, of course.
Following H&R Block's methods, thousands have graduated to careers in the tax preparation industry. Give us some spare time now, and we'll teach you a skill that could reward you the rest of your life.
Call now about H&R Block's tax course. Operators are on duty now. H&R Block's tax course, of course.
Nobody does your look great clips like we do. We do a look that's right for you. Great clips, that's right. Nobody does you like we do. Great styling, great clips.
It only looks expensive.
Nobody does you like we do.
Do you guys pick out your own clothes in the morning, or does your mom? Either one. What do you mean? Our dog does. Your dog does? Come on, we'll show you. Give me my pants. Good boy. Now go get my favorite overalls. Hey, Bob, where are you going? I'm going to ask my mom to get me a dog just like yours.
Hush, puppies, clothing for girls and boys.
We help millions of kids get dressed every day.
Such a sensation in his blue jeans. Temptation, if you know what I mean. Making me crazy till I'm just about gone. Is it what he's got going or what he's got on? The lovely sensation.
Get a hot slice of Godfather's Pizza and a soft drink with every Lee jean from United. When the jeans are on you, the lunch is on us at the United stores.
Is the video relatively new?
Excuse me?
The video. Where are we? Is that relatively new? Did you do that recently? Or?
That was last summer also, after we released that record. And it started picking up. And it was doing well enough where we thought it required a video. So.
I think we've talked to a lot of young ladies here, but I listened to the record last night, and I know we were talking just a moment ago that, it's some great tunes on there to listen to in your car and to dance to. I mean, I found it wide range as far as appeal.
I have a question concerning the versatility of your music. I grew up with the Beatles and the Rolling Stones and the Moody Blues. It seems that their music has really spanned the generation. Do you feel that your music is doing that?
We wanted to cross a wide diversity of people, and we wanted our record to be diverse. We all agreed that when you listen to a record, if you get bored with it after 4 songs, that, I mean, people pay that much for an album. We want them to enjoy it and not turn it off before it's 3/4 over or even less.
I think we also have a wide variety of influences, and we're willing to put those all together into the record and not just try to narrow our sound down to be real specific.
Not to step on Eric, this is also our first record, and we hope to do many more and, you know, expand into different fields and do things that we want to do in the future, so.
One thing about this album, when I buy an album, if I'm going to invest in an album, I like to have an album that has, you know, at least 5 or 6 songs on it that are really good. And this album has that. But each and every song has its own personality, which is a little unusual for a lot of groups. Especially Victory Line is the one that I wanted to touch on, because for a new group in its first album, the underlying meaning of that song is pretty heavy, considering it's first time out for you guys.
Yeah.
Maybe you can touch on that, Eric.
Eric?
Well, I guess I'm real concerned about how people don't really notice what's going on outside of America, and sometimes there's places that look like there may be a war again. I just want people, I guess with Victory Line, I was saying that it's a personal thing, and when people go to war, they die. And not to be heavy, but just so that people remember that it's important to avoid it at any cost.
Yeah, how long do you guys plan on staying together as a group?
You just got together. Give them a break.
3-4 weeks.
Have you thought about that at all?
No, I think we're in it for the long run. We never intended to, like, try to get a couple hits and get out. We want to remain, remain together as long as possible.
Are you guys planning on going tour soon?
Yeah, well, actually, yeah, we are. Our trusty manager that we spoke to earlier is putting together our trusty manager. That's right. He's putting together our own tour, so we plan on heading out to the East Coast possibly and the West Coast for sure, and try and hit all the places in between, spanning the U.S.
Wherever they're playing the song, we'll go.
Yeah, what do you guys think about playing with Maserati and the Jets?
It'll be fun. Yeah, I mean, it's Minneapolis music, I guess. It'll be great.
Let me ask you, did you have any idols as far as the music is concerned? They always ask this question of a new group, you know, who influenced you the most? Did anybody influence you at all?
We always say anybody that's doing anything original. We try not to, like, look to one band or one particular artist, you know, and try to emulate what they do. I think you just kind of learn from everybody in every facet of music.
I was a big fan of Blood, Sweat, and Tears in Chicago, and I noticed in a couple of the songs that you have, there's some great horn section. I mean, it's just some really nice. So I don't know, did that influence you at all? I mean, it has that sort of a feel to it.
Yeah, I mean, that whole era music really liked the live horns, and that's what we wanted to bring in with the live horns instead of duplicating them on a synthesizer. But we wanted to use the real thing.
What do the legs on the album mean?
Well, a little State Fair helicopter
break.
What does say your question again?
What does the legs on the album mean?
The legs, where are the... Are there legs on that album?
What are the legs on the album?
Excuse me? Yeah, my mom has asked me about that many times.
Actually, those are Jerry's legs.
They look better in stockings.
What do you want to achieve in the future?
Well, to be able to record more and continue doing what we're doing is probably the best achievement you could ask for at this point in time, just to keep going.
Longevity. I mean, and to be able to do the music that we want to do.
Make our name an irony, let's put it that way. We want to be around for a while.
Let's face it, guys. Excuse me. Let's face it, the music industry can be a not-so-nice industry. It's very difficult to make it in it. Sometimes you'd almost say that nice guys would finish last. You're nice guys. What surprised you the most when you got inside that inner circle and you started functioning within what can be a very, very tough industry?
Well, the hard part is the business of the whole music industry is the real tough thing. The music is the fun stuff. It's trying to get your music played and for people to hear it. That's the hard part.
Yeah, the thing that I guess would that bothers me the most is you can't stand alone on your own merits anymore in this business. You can't just be a good musician and make it, you know. You also have to be a good business person. And,
or be surrounded by
Or be
them.
surrounded by good business people and make the correct decisions, you know. That's what it is. It's
the old phrase, nice guys finish last, too. I mean, I always kept that in the back of my mind, thinking when we went into this, we're nice guys. Are we going to get eaten up by all these people, all these, you know, managers and whatnot? No offense, Tom. And everybody we've met said, you guys are really nice, and they're like surprised to hear that we're not really calloused and we're not arrogant and we're just ourselves. And that surprised me, actually, that we're doing as well as we are and we can still kind of remain as we've always been.
And the struggle, I think, is to keep that from affecting your music, you know, and affecting you as a person. And I think as a group, from affecting our friendships.
Doesn't it take a lot of courage? Did you go through a period where there are a lot of conflicting voices coming at you? You know, maybe you should be this, maybe you should be that. Yeah. Why don't you be this? Because that was successful over here. Yeah. It takes a lot of courage to say, hey, I'm going to be who I am and let the chips fall where they may.
Right, exactly.
Well, that's the meeting, you know. I think right after Star Search, there was an article printed in a local paper saying, you know, that we hadn't capitalized, and I don't even think some of the people that are very close to the industry or the business even understand it. I mean, you know, and so I mean, people were telling us to do a lot of different things, you know, do this, do that, do this, do that, and we just said no, you know, put on the blinders and worked, and knowing what was right, kept at it.
Do you have some wild things planned for your next video, or is it gonna, I mean...
Anyway,
do you have it?
Who comes up with the idea for your videos? I mean, I always wondered how when they take a particular song, I mean, do you sit down and talk about how are we going to do this?
Yeah, well, the last couple of videos we were pretty limited as far as budget. It's very expensive to do a video, and we just kind of wanted to show the band, and we couldn't really do any tricks. This new video, we worked with Chuck Statler, who's done a great many, and he kind of pioneered rock video. And there's some real interesting things. I think we have a clip from it today, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, we do.
The new video.
This brings up the, you know, as a musical group, you can't just be, you mentioned good musicians. You've got to have a video. You've got to have promotion on the side. You've got to have T-shirts. You've got to have, hopefully, a good manager. And
he's sweating down there. Yeah. All this stuff.
Oh, your question's next when we come back on Twin Cities Live.
Before you do another load of laundry, we'd like to make a suggestion. Ask your clothes what they prefer. They'll tell you a detergent that cleans in all temperatures. So we took temperature-sensitive cleaners for hot, warm, and cold, and combined them in new liquid cheer. One detergent that cleans like 3. So watch how new cheer gets clothes clean in hot, in warm, and even in cold. Your clothes ask for all temperatures. Isn't it good to know there's a liquid that listened? Introducing new Liquid Cheer, one detergent that cleans like 3.
Let's go. I took my biology degree and put it to work in the Peace Corps.
Peace Corps, the toughest job you'll ever love.
It's a runaway deal. Printed fleece tops and colored denims are on sale at Target. Men's printed fleece tops are just $8.99. Women's just $11.99. Children's fleece tops are on sale too. Ready, set, go. Run for it at Target.
Imagine beautiful oil paintings in your home from the International Artist Group's emergency liquidation sale. Thousands of beautiful original oil paintings by talented professional artists must be liquidated this weekend, one day only. Huge sofa-size originals from $19, smaller paintings from $3. Absolutely no painting over $39.95 during this emergency liquidation of fine oil paintings. This Sunday only, 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Holiday Inn Roseville on I-35, the Thunderbird Motel on I-494, the Sheraton Northwest on I-94, and the Western Inn in Owatonna.
happened to the group to make you guys know that you've made it big time? Like, what do you want to accomplish?
Well, I've got this thing back here that needs to be full.
No, I'm
only kidding.
I think,
Always a good indication.
I really think that if you ever like say to yourself, I've made it, I'm on top, and I'm going to kick back, then you're stupid for one and you're done for the other. I mean,
well, it's the same thing as it's like if you were a doctor and you said what you know, or somebody with that type of profession, you never.
You're always working.
You're always working.
If you're looking back, yeah, you're done.
You can never learn the whole thing.
I think if you're always working, aren't you always changing? Will the band change constantly?
Hopefully it's not a conscious change. It's just working hard, and it just naturally evolves.
I was wondering, do you write your songs from personal experiences? And also, what is the song Domestic 17 about?
Eric?
Well, songs can be written from two things, from me, personal experiences, and also from outside sources, the world or whatever. The song Domestic 17 is about old people, and it's about being evicted from their houses, basically.
Since you guys are so well known in Minnesota, where can you go at night, like that you won't be recognized and mobbed, and you know?
I didn't hear it.
I don't think that really happened.
We wouldn't tell you, you know.
Has that happened to you yet? Have you been somewhere and?
Not really.
Not really?
I think some people recognize us, but it's nice to know that they've heard the music and are aware of us through shows like this, I think.
It's kind of why we like it here, because we feel at home, and you know, we can do what we want. So we're not like to stay inside or anything.
Eric, a good band is sort of a blend of different personalities, I think, most often. I want you to describe for me the personalities, not only of yourself, but of the rest of the guys there. What's the blend there?
Well, I don't know. That's pretty complicated to do. I would just suffice to say that we're all different. I think we each have our strengths and weaknesses, and we cover for each other. I don't know. Some of us are more aggressive, and some of us are less aggressive. But I wouldn't want to try to
we have like
encompass a friendship in 2 minutes.
We have one-word adjectives that describe each of us, but I think 4 of them we can't say on the air.
Okay, all right.
I've been looking for the old album Elements. Did you take that off the shelf, or?
Well, we didn't take
cover that. You kind of.
Well, we only pressed so many, and we're out of them. And
you know where there might be some is in the right next to Cookhouse. Is it Nicollet Studios on
the
26?
dumpster?
No, not in the sale. Of course, like they're $1.95 in the little record store.
Oh yeah,
it's on Nicolet's.
Wide angle.
Mm-hmm. Right.
That's it. Wide angle.
Check that out. They had like 5 when I was here last time.
Here, get up on the bench there, so everybody can see you. Can you? There you go. Get up there. All right, now we're cooking.
Has your life changed now that you're more rich?
Let's get right down to the nitty-gritty down here.
Did you see Greg's wallet? We're not rich.
Rich.
Matter of fact, can you lend me
got
$5?
$1 in that wallet.
Is that the big misconception? You get one record and it starts sounding a little bit, and everybody thinks you're supposed to be driving Rolls Royces.
For some reason, the common mistake is that when people hear your song on the radio, they think like
money comes in the
money
mail
just
or
starts
something.
coming. The radio says, "Here, I'll give you $1 million for this record." They don't pay you anything, and we're not rich.
You're obviously at a high point right now as far as the band is concerned, but what would have been the lowest point that this band's been at?
What was that club was it Waseca?
No, there was a club. Oh, no, that was in Wisconsin, Hayward, Wisconsin.
Oh, the deer
no
hunting.
names, please, no names.
No, it was deer.
God,
You know where they do the log rolling? We played there.
Hayward.
Yeah, well, no, see, it was deer hunting season, and we played in the basement. They're great. They loved us, and we loved them. And
We didn't think
great,
they would, though.
They were like, no, not the guy in front. With
They made us wear hunting hats, though.
No, they all had.
we did, though,
They
just
all
to
had
make
orange
them feel
hunting
more
hats
home.
on. We walked in there, we're all bright-faced, and all of a sudden we just stopped. It was scary.
Without mentioning a name, because it's probably a local place, because you didn't spend a lot of time out on the road. You're mostly, built your following within the Twin Cities. Am I correct?
Oh yeah, you build a base here.
Yeah.
Is that the worst thing that ever happened to you as far as playing a
No,
gig?
actually, that wasn't bad at all.
No, remember another place, I won't mention it, but they were like this was when we first started, and we had these bright pastel suits. They were very bright, and we all got up on stage, and we're all big-eyed, and it was one of our first shows, and everybody's booing, yelling for Led Zeppelin.
It was 17 for 1 whiskey night at the place or something.
It was all guys, and they had, it was.
What do you think about it? These are nice, clean-cut young guys. What do you think about all this?
I guess I'd like to hear more about Star Search and what they went through on Star Search.
I think actually Star Search, it was great learning for us. We kind of regrouped and wrote during the summer of what year was it?
I think it's 82 or something.
No.
Before Star Search.
Right before, the summer before Star Search. Yeah, the summer before Star Search, we regrouped and wrote the whole summer, didn't play. We came out of writing and auditioned for Star Search, not thinking anything of it. And then we got into it, and then it took off, and it was a great experience.
Yeah, well, we won the first
momentum.
show. After winning the first show, I mean, we went out it was like a vacation. We spent a week in Hollywood, and we won the first show, and I think we were, wow, and then we won another one, and we thought...
Were you shocked?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the show it's all pressure. You don't even think, all you're thinking about is, nerves.
Everybody was so competitive and so like, gotta win, and we had the exact opposite idea. We were out on the beach and stuff. I'm not lying. We brought a boombox out and rehearsed a song on the beach. We were just real relaxed.
Dancing in the sand.
That's what helped us. And we were all just like making it a vacation as well.
It was great winning that contest, but didn't that sort of put a label on you?
Yeah.
That, limited warranty. Every time I heard your name on the radio, the band that won Star Search. I mean, obviously you want to move beyond that now.
Sometimes, yeah, you want to move beyond that. That's exactly right. Because sometimes when we pull into town still, right now, up on the marquee, it says limited warranty Star Search.
Yeah. Well, that's in some of the places we go, I think that's the only way they know us. I mean, if we get a couple states away for them to,
We'll never say Star Search was bad. I mean, it helped us a great deal. It was a great experience. We worked with all kinds of professionals that have been in the business for so long. But now we want to establish ourselves as a musical band and not somebody that got
TV,
on
yeah.
TV.
Yeah.
And so in our new press packs that go out, we don't even mention that because we want to earn it.
Do you worry about having a particular look? I mean, it seems like they package musical groups these days and they all have a look. Does Thomas say, oh, there's the look we want?
No,
we are what we are.
better not.
I don't know about the rest of the guys, and well, actually, I should say I know this about the rest of the guys. We dress the way that we would normally anyways. People, a lot of times, we get critically basted for the way we dress, but...
More questions.
I dress anyway.
We'll come right back to you guys. More questions live from the Minnesota State Fair on Twin Cities.
Welcome to Woolworth, where there's always something worth shopping for.
Filler paper?
200 sheet pack for only 39 cents. Wide or college rule.
Trapper keeper.
A portfolio notebook with Velcro closure, just $3.99.
School supplies?
Just look what 99 cents will buy. 5-subject notebook, pack of 15 pencils, box of 24 crayons, book covers, and lots more. Your complete back-to-school headquarters at Woolworth, where shopping for values is a tradition.
Fans. Flower City, Flower Town have the lowest prices of the season on fans, all on sale. Save from 15 to 40% off on many models. All Casablanca models are on sale. Panasonic starting as low as $59. New Mastercraft fans starting at $89.88. Casablanca and Mastercraft come in beautiful designer colors. Litex fans as low as $38.95. 52-inch fans as low as $54. Flower Town, Bloomington, and Flower City, Crystal and Harmar Mall.
Use Reynolds Wrap to freeze. Reynolds Wrap wraps right. Fights freeze or burn, you're gonna learn how Reynolds Wrap can freeze. Takes the cold, takes the heat from casseroles to dinner meat. Use Reynolds Wrap to freeze.
Now, Reynolds presents another way to wrap right. If Reynolds plastic wrap clings tight enough to keep this fruit outside, imagine how fresh it'll keep your fruit inside. Now, that's not fair.
Louise, tonight's the bowling tournament. My shirt's stained.
Oh, relax. I've got new Arm & Hammer all-fabric bleach. It attacks stains, whitens whites, brightens colors.
Shirt looks great.
New Arm & Hammer all-fabric bleach.
Cleans, brightens, costs less, too.
Louise, it's so wet outside, it smells wet inside.
We need Arm & Hammer Carpet Deodorizer. 100% active deodorizing ingredients. While ordinary brands sit on top, Arm & Hammer penetrates to destroy deep down odors.
Whole room's fresh.
Work better, longer, cost less too.
Soldiers, drop your toys, whatever be the sign. Stand in line to face each other. On a field that's burnt, a lion's heart is hurt. For every acre.
Limited warranty, that's Victory Line, and nobody else back here had enough nerve to ask this question, but I know you do.
Are any of you married?
Are you? No, it's not. No. Engaged?
No.
No. Okay. No. Here, I gotta get back over here. I know I'm gonna get over here somewhere. Go ahead.
I think we did.
I was wondering, after you guys come up with like the lyrics and stuff for the songs, how do you determine if like Greg or Dale is gonna sing the song?
Well, I think it has a lot to do with the range of where the song's melody line is. I'd sing lower than he's got a higher voice than I do, so. You know, if he's singing a higher part, I'll work in a lower harmony part. So we kind of support each other.
I don't know if you've seen this week's Reader yet, but there's an article in there about the Music Awards. And there was a comment in there saying that the voting was kind of biased because they sent ballots out to the fan club. And I was wondering what you thought about that.
I would like to say something about that. If the people that supported us, if they're the only, they said there were only a certain amount of ballots sent in, it doesn't look too good on the Minneapolis music scene if no one's interested, and I certainly don't feel bad that the people that enjoy our music are more interested than others, so.
I see your video of Victory Line on 23 a lot, and I want to know, like, you're sitting at home having a Coke, and that video comes on. What do you think? Do you like thrilled, or?
You had to mention where you saw it, didn't you?
Well, 5. I saw it on 5.
Yeah. I think, God, I should have shaved.
Yeah. It reminds us of London a lot.
Yeah. We didn't know that it was actually going to be a video, like that. We just thought it was going to be a half-hour documentary, and there was nobody really when we were in England to take a shower for or to shave for. So we don't think we look very good on it. And also, I kind of go, oh, I hate the shot of me, and oh, Greg looks bad there.
What kind of promotions are you going to be doing for Dayton's?
Well, I think the Today magazine thing was going to be the last thing. That's the thing that we basically did with them as an association. I'm not really sure where that goes from there. We'd have to talk to Tom about that.
The magazine is.
I don't know that we do promotion for Dayton's. I think that they're did I cut you off?
No, that's fine. Okay. I'm next.
No, what I was going to say is I think it's more of a mutual type of, they're helping us out promote our album. We're not helping Dayton's.
What I was going to say was just that the circular goes out in, Dayton's is a 7-state company. So it helps us get our name into other states where hopefully they'll buy our record and listen to our music.
I want to know how you like London, and if you think you'll probably go back there to work on your next album.
Oh, London. I love London. It's great there. It's
I love it there.
Oh, I love it. Simply super.
Jolly old.
It's very interesting. It's different. It's much more laid back than it is. It's not such a rat race as people tend to be in America compared to there. It's very relaxed, and we were able to concentrate.
The Atlantic rep. The Atlantic rep the Europe rep for Atlantic was talking to us when we were over there, and he told us about this recording studio Castle in Italy. So we got our eyes set on that for the minute.
I think whenever you can enjoy another culture, you should take advantage of being there. And the experience is wonderful.
I know why you went to London to cut the record, but it does surprise me. Like your next album or so, because the Twin Cities are becoming more and more a center to cut records. Are you going to look seriously at doing a record here?
I think that's always a consideration. I think that it really depends on what we're doing and where we're at, and who we're going to work with.
Well, we recorded 2 songs here on the record. 2 of the songs were recorded here. So,
guys, you must be hot. You have a fan club. big fan club. Limited warranty. I want to give you this address in case you're interested in becoming part of the fan club. Limited warranty, Post Office Box 9556, Minneapolis, Minnesota 55440, and you can call 612-224-8420, which is that your home phone number, Eric?
Do you feel the rock and roll lifestyle influences drug abuse?
It can, I think. It certainly hasn't with us. I mean, we're straight guys.
The music business is a lot cleaner today than it ever was. I mean, I think if you look at the big stars, it's very competitive, and you can't cloud your brain with chemicals and try and be, you know, in this business.
Back with limited warranty. More right after this, live from the Minnesota State Fair.
If you or someone you know has a hearing problem, you may not know where to turn. I'd like to talk to you about Miracle Ear, because like 22 million other people with hearing loss, you may be unsure about what to do. You may believe that your hearing loss is not severe enough to use a hearing aid. You may have been told you have nerve deafness and that a hearing aid won't help you. But now there's Miracle Ear's sophisticated technology designed to help nerve deafness. And Miracle Ear has helped thousands of people just like you to hear and understand more clearly. Perhaps you have difficulty hearing in large groups, or background noise is a problem. People say your TV's turned up too loudly, or you might have problems hearing on the phone or in an auditorium.
Now's the time to write down this number, 1-800-445-4600. Call now about Miracle Ear, the tiny all-in-the-ear hearing aid you can barely see. It has no wires, cords, or tubes.
Miracle Ear is custom made and custom fit to your ear, and it's so small, you may be surprised how many people are wearing Miracle Ear. Simply because you've never noticed it. Call toll-free now, and we'll send you more information on how Miracle Ear may help you. You'll also learn more about the walk-in convenience of our Miracle Ear centers and how you may obtain a hearing test to see if Miracle Ear is right for you.
Call now, 1-800-445-4600 with no cost or obligation.
Of course, not everyone can be helped with hearing aids. But why not find out today if you may be helped by Miracle Ear? If you hear but don't always understand the words, Miracle Ear may change your life.
Call now to learn more about Miracle Ear and the walk-in convenience of the Miracle Ear Center nearest you. Write to this address or call 1-800-445-4600. Miracle Ear. We're helping people listen to life again.
Never enough for me to say how much I care about you. Never enough loving you.
Limited warranty with the Jetson Maserati. Monday, August 25th at 2 p.m. Minnesota State Fair Grandstand, 612-642-2262. And take my advice, I listened to the album last night. I bet you guys are great live. What's the difference between yourself on record and live? Better live. Quickly. Better live. Better live. Thanks for being with us today. Do me a favor. When you win all the Grammys and you go on to huge fame and fortune, come back and be with us, will you?
You can count on it.
Thank you. I want to remind everybody that we are going to be out at the State Fair tomorrow, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of next week. And we're going to tell you about some of those shows. We're going to have teen models and their moms tomorrow. Monday, we're going to have Ellie Mae Clampett, Eddie Haskell, and Eddie Munster, if you can believe that. Tuesday, we're going to have What Makes Triplets Tick. And Wednesday is Satan in Your Child's Toy Box. That should be interesting, to say the least. So I want to thank you guys for being with us, and I want to go to the audience and get some more questions in here as fast as possible. And a good one right here.
Is it hard because people know you as limited warranty to form relationships because they don't know you as yourself?
Excuse me? What type of relationship?
Is it hard for you to get into a relationship with someone because they know you as limited warranty instead of as yourself?
I think we've all established relationships before, you know, things really got going. So I mean, it's not like we're all cruising the singles bars or anything.
Yeah.
But we're not very paranoid of that. People are people, and I think if people get to know us, they'll find out we're just people too.
You say you aren't married, but do you want to be married?
Yeah, someday.
That's at some point.
30, maybe.
Is that a proposal, or is that...
Do you guys all have girlfriends?
Yeah.
I think we all do, don't we?
Yeah. Yes, we are. What are you looking at me for? Get me in trouble.
Yeah.
Are you going to finish your college education?
Well, Eric's finished. Some of us are halfway through. I think
I plan to go back,
depends,
I know.
yeah.
Yeah, I want to finish mine.
Someday I've made a promise to myself.
If I can keep the career going in one form or another, I don't know that we need to, some of us.
If the band doesn't work out in a few years, what you guys plan to do with your career?
We're going to be surfers in When we were out at Star Search, we spent a lot of time at Venice Beach, and we decided that if the band wasn't going to go, that was the
Buy a
place for us.
sailboat.
There's a guy roller skating with guitar.
Sell the truck and buy a boat.
What's the most memorable show you've ever played?
What was what?
The most memorable show you've ever played?
It's been a lot. It's really hard to answer that.
Janesville,
one.
Wisconsin.
Each show is unique in its own way. There's been a couple of bigger shows, but that's impossible to answer.
State Fair last year was great.
Yeah, State Fair was great.
You like performing at the State Fair? Go ahead.
How do you feel about the censorship on certain albums?
Oh, that's a really long,
It's a pretty
long
diverse
question.
issue. I don't know.
I don't think it should be censored.
It's hard to do that in 30 seconds.
When did you guys all start playing your instruments? I mean, from what, individually at what age?
Junior high? Is that right?
Yeah. Mom
High
started
school,
me on
junior high.
piano when I was about 5.
We all played
The
we were
Beatles
all in the
65
band.
record.
Let's give them a big thank you for being with us. Limited warranty. Thank you for being with us here at the State Fair. Be sure to come out with us. Thanks for being with us at home. Take care of yourself today, and we'll see you tomorrow morning at 9 on Twin Cities Live.
Provided by the Radisson University Hotel, 615 Washington Avenue Southeast on the University of Minnesota East Bank campus. Limousine service for the guests of Twin Cities Live, provided by Henderson Chauffeured Cadillacs. Hair and makeup, courtesy of the Hair Forum, Westbrook Mall, Brooklyn Center.